Hello powerful galactic beings, welcome back to another video. In this video, you will find esoteric, Gnostic, metaphysical, spiritual, and scientific answers about what the Matrix is, and how to unplug from it. A main topic of focus is how our collective consciousness steers our reality, and how we are working to exit from this reality to a more favorable one. What is important right now is to shift our focus to what we want to create, and remembering how to use the power that we have as a soul incarnated into a physical human earth vessel. 2022 will bring unprecedented events, energy, and support like Earth has never experienced before. The great shocking change and total shift in consciousness and the great separation is on the way. The new world order is at play, and do not fall for it. Know who you truly are, and rise with Mother Nature. Once upon a time, it is said that Prime Creator, God, or Source suddenly found itself to be a conscious being. In order to realize what it was and what it was not, it wanted to send forth aspects of itself out to experience in different frequencies and vibration. As the saying goes, as above, so below, we are all smaller but fractal, and equal, aspects of the one Source, who are learning who we are and what we do not want through experience. Many souls have come from all over the universe, and even from other universes to be a part of the end of a grand sun cycle here on Earth. At the end, there is a choice. Fractal soul aspects begin to either be absorbed back to the Source, merge their individual personalities back to a larger aspect of their oversoul, or to continue to experience something similar to Earth on another 3D planet or simulation. Earth has been called a fast track for those wishing to expand their soul's growth. Through awakening and awareness, we are remembering who we are and why we are here in this time of change for Earth. Many people have identified with what has been called the Golden Cage, the Matrix, and the Demiurge, that has been run by the Archons, malevolent extraterrestrials such as most reptilians and greys, artificial intelligence, and the cosmic wars that brought us to a bigger picture of what we are experiencing today. If you were to take the movies The Matrix, Jupiter Ascending, and The Truman Show and combine them, you would have a really good metaphoric definition of what the Matrix is on Earth. We really cannot fathom what this Matrix is with our limited perception at this time. Many people have many ways to explain what they think the Matrix is, and all viewpoints are correct. What I will do is share what has worked for me and what I see has helped other people since I began my awakening journey. For simplicity of explanation, the original Earth Matrix was created as a holographic projection of consciousness in the form of physical plants, animals, and humans in an ecological system of congruent linear experience. It was to be a living library. The DNA codes of many living creatures and plants from many different planets were brought to Earth to coexist together within Earth's atmospheric conditions. The templates for creation for many things were tweaked and tested over billions of years. Sometimes whole populations of humans were wiped out in order to make changes to the versions of the bipedal human template. Somewhere along the way in Earth's ancient history, there were small groups of beings who discovered Earth and wanted to claim this experiment as theirs. Because these beings could not create worlds on their own, they devised methods of copying the templates for creation of humans and animals, and made overlays and changes to the original holographic reality matrix. They used fear, black magic, money, rules, smoke and mirrors, and many other tools that had been tried and proven effective on many other worlds to take over planets. The Matrix is the scripted delusion we think is reality. It utilizes the temporary construct of the ego to entice us with all things related to the five senses, and forces us live in servitude and fear, seemingly cut off and separate from one another and our Creator. It scares, seduces, and feeds the ego, and in turn the ego will do anything to perpetuate its existence. It identifies itself as the ego, with the cravings and attachments to all things physical and creates karma. Karma is the tool used by the ego to keep us locked into the game and coming back for more, endlessly repeating the cycle of birth and death. Once awakened to some basic spiritual concepts like, our souls never die, and, we are all one, the Matrix reveals itself instantly for what it is, which is a control system facilitated through false belief systems. It is a living organism, always changing and adapting to the collective human consciousness of those living on the planet, and is steered by an artificial intelligence program, from Saturn and the Moon. However, some see the Earth experience as a video game that exponentially expands the soul through incarnating here and forgetting who you are. The winners of the game awaken and ascend back toward their source when the energetic vibration starts to raise on the Ascension planet. The Gnostic teachings blame Earth's takeover on a group of beings called Archons, that seem to be sentient beings that use artificial intelligence, and reptilians, greys, mantids, and ant people to run their show. The Anunnaki is another word used to describe those who came from out there. However, some of these on Team Dark are on the planet in the form of shape-shifting humans and hybrids. Some exist in underground bases, in the inner Earth, in Hollow Earth, on the Moon, and Saturn. These beings have played the role of negative ascending beings, which involves forgetting how to access their original source energy. There is a higher, bigger picture view that they are playing a role in humanity's awakening and ascension through extreme polarity. And they will return to source and will be healed and absorbed with the utmost respect and gratitude. Some also say that they came from a different universe and accidentally arrived here through a rift in space and time, thus cutting them off from their connection to energy. Regardless of whether this outcome was an accident or unseen, ultimately all energy is supposed to have come from the one prime creator source. Everything is simply energy having an experience in one way or another. The failsafe in this experiment gone awry is the end of time, or the end of the experiment which we are in the middle of right now. The main purpose of the Matrix manipulation is to steer reality through human consciousness in order to use Earth as an energy source. Energy is stolen in the form of metals and minerals from the surface, and emotional energy is stolen from humans in many ways. In our current society, energy is stolen through the use of money through slavery and debt system. The overlay used by Team Dark consists of many programming techniques that were tested and honed on many other planets before they found Earth. Some of their tactics to drive consciousness into a lower frequency where societies can be controlled are the media propaganda. For example, the television programming, newspapers, magazines, and movies. The next is politics. This has been the illusion of having the right and freedom to vote for a hierarchical leader. Kings, queens, presidents, and so on. It is all an illusion. No one can rule over you if you truly know who you are. The next is banking system. This is a monetary system that is hierarchical and used for slavery. Money is slavery. Let's crave for total monetary freedom of the Mother Nature. Imagine a world where everything is provided to us for free by nature, and humans end up selling it amongst themselves and even other life forms. We must change and shift our consciousness. Now comes education. This is a false early programming to be conforming slaves through false history and lies. Now is the time to unlearn and relearn all forms of false programming, and understand that we have been lied to for thousands of years. The next is the medical system. The department of the Matrix has been treating the symptoms for profit, rather than finding the cause or cure. Sometimes even creating diseases and epidemics such as HIV. Any form of their treatment cause autism and other health-related problems. Energy system use fossil fuel myth, as well as charging for electricity and natural gas and dirty fuels such as nuclear and coal. Religion uses fear of going to hell and a wrathful God. They created time, which is an illusion that once was exciting to experience, but has become a trap, time zones that separate. Sports is all about divide and conquer. The next is the law department. Planetary, country, state, and city laws was created for restriction, control, and separation. Court system is fraud. They made us to be selling our birth certificate on the market, declaring us dead upon birth. Hiding the real universal laws from society. They gave us freedom, which is an illusion. Are we free in this world? Like animals on a very large wildlife refuge, we never really had any reason to believe we were trapped on Earth. We have never seen the cage, walls, or bars. They separated us from the source. They led to a memory wipe of who we are, upon reincarnation, and no knowledge of inner Earth or interplanetary travel or other life at all in the universe. However, at the end of the day, we are still in charge of who we choose to be or become. The choice is yours to reconnect with the source or disconnect with it. The next is population control and medical scientific tyranny. They destroy the human natural body system through toxins such as GMO food, pesticides, fluoride, and chemtrails. If this is a lie, prove it in the comment box below. Now comes the false light and New Age teachings. Most New Age doctrines were infiltrated along the way with false teachings. They do not teach sovereignty. They allow for giving your power away, and keep people waiting on an outside savior. They give mostly truth mixed in with lies that create distress, self-trust issues, and confusion. They can have you expending your energy and chasing your tail. They use energy vampirism and implants. This is an etheric implants and behavior manipulation through emotional triggers. Through materialistic societal programming, they want the mass to keep consuming and wasting resources. Taxation is slavery. We overuse taxation on almost everything, giving back more than half of what you earn through labor. How can we tax ourselves for living in a free planet? Humans are quite insane. The lower our vibration through the grid system of low frequencies connected by towers and through technology and satellites. The Big Brother use supercomputer database of identity and tracking, cell phones, computers, smart TVs, bank accounts, eye in the sky, Facebook, and Google. War is unnatural. They use this to divide and conquer, false flags to create wars which fund the military-industrial complex, kill innocent people, and keep people in fear. They use fear-induced programming to manipulate the masses. For example, survival as economic structures collapse, fear of death and not ever being good enough, loss of will to live. Black magic, spelling through language, smoke and mirrors, copying, shape-shifting, mind control, and rituals are all forms of control system. Humanity is totally controlled by black magic of the ancient. Should I repeat it? Let it sink in. Now is the time to rise and break those spells that has turned almost everyone into a zombie. They use a reincarnation system to recycle our soul, even when we are no longer existing in this dimension. Rather than an incarnation system or natural incarnation system, it ended up being a trap of karma being used to encourage hardship lives, and memory being wiped of why it is happening over and over. The ultimate tyranny in a society is not controlled by martial law. It is controlled by the psychological manipulation of consciousness, through which reality is defined so that those who exist within it do not even realize that they are in prison. They do not even realize that there is something outside of where they exist. You have been controlled like sheep in a pen by those who think they own you, from the government to the world management team to those in space. You have been deprived of knowledge by frequency control. But how do we exit this global tragedy? How can we all break away from the Matrix? The tools used in the Matrix overlay have created a war on consciousness because collectively we are unconsciously, subconsciously, and consciously creating this reality. This system was created in a third-dimensional physical reality, but it is run and overseen in a fourth-dimensional astral level that most humans cannot see, feel, or hear. This matrix cannot be fixed in the same consciousness it was created in, as the creators had every right in a free-willed universe to do as they wished. Instead, we must shift our consciousness out of the lower frequency where the control matrix exists, and the old matrix must be dissolved from a lack of energy on its own. Since we are creating our own reality, we can easily fall into the trap of being stuck in the past. This creates a perpetual loop of old energy and recurrences that keep us trapped. A small number of people can steer the collective consciousness to a positive timeline faster with collective intention. We have been receiving energy from the cosmos that has been raising the vibration of the planet gradually, and has exponentially accelerated over the last few years. Many star seeds have come here to restore the original organic matrix template. And here are the things you can do to accelerate personal and planetary ascension to exit the matrix. Stay stress-free and in a positive outlook, focusing on a great future. Forgive yourself and forgive others, for they do not remember who they are, where they came from, or why they are here. Be of service. Service could be as simple as serving at a restaurant, cooking for your community, running a blog where people share their own experiences or articles about consciousness, or simply holding space in a positive way for someone going through a hard time. Love yourself and be of service to others after you have healed yourself and have learned to love yourself as an aspect of Source. If you feel ascension burnout and ascension symptoms, you should take a break from service to others until you are at a balanced place full of self-love. Watch your actions, reactions, thoughts, and words. We are creating our own reality. Our words, thoughts, actions, and imagination are way more powerful than we realize. Being cognizant of where our energy is leaking will starve the dark ones who rely on our negative energy. Focus and intention to auto-correct what has been created. We can focus on what we do want while existing in the now, in a place of balance and peace within ourselves. Join groups in meditation, drumming, singing, or chanting with common goals. There is power in numbers. Envision a world of prosperity and abundance without money. What would you be doing if there were no such thing as money? Leave out the little details of the how we will get there, magic, and instead just focus on the end result, not having to work to pay bills, eat, or have a roof over your head. Envision a world of peace where there are no more wars, no more fighting. Lay down the sword, give up the fight to always be right. Rather than protesting against what you do not want, show what you are for. Envision an earth that is pristine and beautiful, untouched and unspoiled. Envision an education system that teaches children who they are and why they are here. What would this be like? We have to imagine it first in order to create it. Also, envision all of your superhuman abilities, age regression or rejuvenation and regeneration, telepathy, etc. Check out one of our videos on superpower activation and the collective consciousness field. Imagine what you would be like at your perfected age of choice. Envision a council of human elected elders working in the best interest for humanity as a new type of government, until we feel that we don't need governing. Manifestation, remove blocks, contracts, and limiting beliefs that keep you in lack of what you need to comfortably survive and receive healing. Imagine a magical world, one where colors are vibrant and we remember how to manifest and unmanifest from the background or source energy. Being connected to a planet and lifting the veil of illusion allows for a clear connection to source manifestation energy. Imagine being able to visit loved ones who have passed on and freely traveling to other planets, galaxies, and universes. Find the balance in light and dark. All is from the same source. Go and watch one of our previous videos on finding the way out of the matrix. Stand in your sovereignty as a fractal of source and sever contracts that are not in your highest and best interest. Healing, everything is energy. Heal through energy work, detox, asking for help from our higher self and star family support system. Clear energetic blocks from present and parallel lifetimes and neutralize implants. Release relationships that are no longer working for you. Recognize repeating patterns by acknowledging the issue and letting go of limiting beliefs and fear. Intend to activate, rearrange, and heal your DNA. Supercharge your water and crystals with this task. Continue to raise your vibration. Match your frequency to the highest possible outcome, meditation, grounding, and earthing, laughing, and eat less dense foods. No more fluoride from water or the dentist. Connect and merge with your higher self, be the higher self frequency embodied. Your higher self always has a part of itself outside of the matrix and has wisdom from parallel lifetimes to offer. Go within. Find your own truth, learn to use the body's cues, communicate with your body. You have all the answers you need within. Part of your work is figuring out how to do this and what it means for you. Hold space for those who are confused and suffering. Be ready to release illusions, 3D, and material things that weigh you down. Support the star children. They are here carrying the frequency and knowledge that will tip the scales. Dying or dropping the body, some people will not choose to bring their body to the next dimension. These people will receive necessary healing on the other side and can choose to help humanity as a guide, or they can simply return home. Powerful star seeds, life will always show you what is inside. This may sound like an overwhelming amount of work to accomplish. The truth is, many people are already working on this whether they realize it or not, and not everything has to be done the same for everyone. Our lives create scenarios that bring up what needs to be seen and addressed already. Repeating negative patterns, failed relationships, illness, disease, aches, pains, and difficulty in survival all point to energetic blockages that need to be cleared. It may seem a little too much outside of the box thinking to say that we are going to imagine a new world into existence, but if we only believed in the power of our creative mind and if we understood that everything outside of us is a holographic projection from within, then we could grasp how this shift will be possible. For those who have been on the awakened path for a while, they may feel like their work in this lifetime is already done. Some feel like they have gone above and beyond as healers, empaths, teachers, light grounders, and grid workers. Many of us are tired and are ready to go home. If you do not do anything else at this point but focus on trying to be calm and balanced, you are still doing a tremendous amount of work to shift the collective towards ascension. Those that are newly awakened and fresh are taking the baton to finalize the rest of the work that needs to be done to have a critical mass toppling point. However, no one can do the self-work for you, and we are always ascending in the universe until we merge back with Source. If you find yourself overwhelmed with the amount of information provided, you can always count on a professional advisor like Keen for more advice. The link is in the description box below. Note that this is not the end of this video. I hope to see you in the next video. Peace, love, and life.